first thing you need to do is go to the terminal, select new terminal, and then you need to log in, so AZ login, and then you log into your account, your Azure account. You should get a prompt on your screen. Once we have done that, we need to create a resource group for the resources needed for this walkthrough. And what we're going to do is replace the location. So let's go with that. So I'm going to put West Europe. So as you can see, you've got a group create, location, and the name of the resource group. Next, what we need to do is we need to create an Azure Cosmos DB account. So let's get that. And we've got Cosmos DB create. We're going to give it a name, and then we've got the resource group that we just created. Now, one thing to know is that this name has to be unique for your Azure Cosmos account, and the name can only contain lowercase letters, numbers, and the hyphen character, and it must be between 3 to 31 characters in length. Let's go and run this. This will take a few minutes, so I'm just going to pause the video. That has created, and now that is complete also. So what we need to do is we need to collect the following information: the document endpoint, and we need to get the primary master key. So let's get the document endpoint first. So we've got it right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it in my new notepad. The endpoint. And then we need to actually get the primary key. Okay, so we need to retrieve the primary key for the account, and we're going to use the keys list command to do that. So as you can see, AZ Cosmos DB keys list, and then we specify the resource group and our name of our Cosmos DB that we just created. And it was mine. And as you can see, these are your primary master keys, and read-only master keys, and the secondary. So we need to get the primary master key. Make sure you get the first one, because you actually want to write in this particular walkthrough. So I'm going to put this there. Okay, now that we have done that, we need to create a folder for our project. So I'm going to create one, MD. You can use MD or you can use MK directive. So I'm just going to use MD, and I'm just going to put new DB example. And I'm just going to go to that folder now. New DB example. Okay, now we need to create a .NET console app. So we're going to type .NET new console and let that create. And once that's successfully completed, we need to go to that directory. So we're going to put code space -r. So the -r will ensure that the folder opens within the same window. And there we go. So we've got our program class here. So what we're going to do is, before we move into our program class, we need to download the package for this walkthrough. So we're going to download the Microsoft Azure Cosmos package from Nougat. Let's run that. Let's go now to the program CS file, and the first thing we need to do is we need to call that package. So we're going to copy the next two directives, and as you can see, they're grayed out because they haven't been mentioned or used in the actual coding yet. Next, what you need to do is you need to copy and add the code to connect to the Azure Cosmos DB. So first thing we're going to do is replace the entire class, so the program class, with the code snippet that's provided to you in your skill pipe book. And we're going to add all of the relevant information. In particular, we're going to put the endpoint and the primary key. Please make sure you do not delete the curly braces. Put that in there. And I can remove this. So as you can see right here, you've got your new program class. You've got replace your document endpoint with the information created earlier. So this is the endpoint we need to replace. Let's go ahead back into a notepad. There. Next, we need to set the variable for the primary key from earlier. So this is where you need to put your primary key. And I'm just going to save that just in case anything happens, but generally speaking, it should be fine. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add a new asynchronous task called Cosmos Async, which will essentially initiate our new Cosmos client. So we're going to copy that information and we will paste that at the end of main method. Once again, make sure that the curly braces are in the correct place. Next step is to create a database. So we're going to copy and paste the create database async method, and after the Cosmos method. So let's go ahead and do that. Now the create database async will create a new database with the ID AZ204 database if it doesn't exist already. Now just to clarify, we have specified our database ID up here. So if you ever wanted to, you can change it. But for this demo, we're going to leave it as default, as the code, provided. Next thing we need to do is we need to, at the end of the code async method, we need to call the create database async method. So within that method, we're going to paste that here. Okay. So we have done that successfully. Now we need to create our container. So we're going to copy our create container async method. And we're going to jump across. And finally, what we need to do is copy the create container async into the actual Cosmos client that we created earlier on. So you can see you got a Cosmos client here. You need to place that there. Okay, go ahead and save it. I believe this should be fine to run. So once you've saved it, go to terminal, go to new terminal, go to .NET build. Okay, so we've got no error messages or any warnings, so we can just go ahead and .NET run. Okay, so as you can see, we have successfully created a database called AZ204 database, and we've created our container called AZ204 container. Okay, so that is the end of our demo, and we have successfully completed it.